factor in the U.S. economy, in the global economy. Our next guest, she has a solution, or at least part of it. She's been encouraging House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to recall the House to vote on energy. We bring in Marsha Blackburn. She is a Republican Congresswoman from Tennessee. Energy prices there are up about 20% in the state this month alone. Welcome, Congresswoman. We're glad to have you.
It's good to be with you.
How likely is it that you are going to be able to recall your colleagues and make some headway on this issue?
Well, every day that passes, it looks less likely that we'll be going back to Washington during the summer. But every day that passes, and we continue to lead in this debate on energy, I think it pushes us that much closer to having a vote when we go back on September 8th, because the American people really are ahead of the Democrat leadership in Congress on this issue. They want us to begin to explore for American oil and American energy resources on American soil, and they want a solution to this problem, so they're the ones that are demanding action.
A vote is expected now for offshore drilling before September 30th?
Right. I think that you will see that. We know that the moratorium on the Outer Continental Shelf in ANWR, that is going to expire on September 30th. And so, Deirdre, we're looking forward to seeing some action on this. And quite frankly, we hear every day from our school systems, from county and city governments and local law enforcement agencies that they can't wait until after the election in November or until after a new administration takes place in January to see something done. They want answers to this. They want the problem solved now. So we're pushing for that.
Congresswoman, we were just showing our viewers some scenes from Alaska. Now, you just recently were there. You were speaking to locals about how they feel about drilling. What kind of feedback did you get?
It was amazing talking to the tribal leaders, the town council leaders, the agency leaders up there. Everyone that we spoke with is in favor of drilling. Okay? You can talk to any of the townspeople and they will say, look, this is an agreement we had with the federal government, and Congress is blocking our ability for economic growth, for jobs growth, for providing a better quality of life for the people in our townships and in our boroughs.
What about the environmental voices out there who really have cited concern for various reasons?
One of the things that was amazing to me, Deirdre, is when you go in and you look at ANWR, which is about 20 million acres, when you look at the 1.5 million acres set aside where they can drill and develop, or the 2,000 acres that is there specifically for an industrial footprint, what you're looking at is tundra, coastal plain. You're 30 miles away from the nearest mountain, and you are 100 miles away from the nearest trees. It's just incredible. It is nothing there but tundra. They want to go in during the winter when you can go in on ice roads and do the exploration at that point.
What about the idea of just taking the emphasis away from carbon fuels, if you like? Boone Pickens, oil man, billionaire, on our air a few days earlier calling for more wind power. What do you think about that?
Well, and that's a good question and a good point. And the one thing we're saying is it takes all of the above. You're going to have something to deal with the short term, which will be your hydrocarbons. You're going to have mid-range solutions to this. Wind can be one of those. Solar can also. But Congress shouldn't be picking winners and losers. And then long term, you're going to have to be looking toward next generation cars and fuel cells or electric plug-in cars, which some of our auto engineers are doing.
But should we really be investing in drilling if the answer lies elsewhere?
Absolutely, we should be investing in drilling because hydrocarbons are going to play an important role in our economy, not just as a fuel source, but also polymers and resins that are used in manufacturing.
Okay.
Those are important components, and for the next 50 years, it is going to have an impact. Thank you.
We have to leave it there. We're sorry. We'll have you back.
Not a problem.
Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn there from Tennessee. Keep it here. More on In Focus coming up.